The Milford safety plaque says that this cargo barrier fits this vehicle, but despite that, it wasn't that easy to fit. So I thought I'd make this video to help you out if you've got this vehicle and you might be having the same trouble. You can't buy a new cargo barrier for the 90 series Prado in Australia anymore. They come up sporadically online. You've got to keep an eye out. I found this good Milford's cargo barrier in Tasmania. The guy was kind enough to package it up for me and take it to Pakistan to get to me in Victoria. He stored it under the house for a few years, living near the coast. Everywhere in Tasmania is near the coast, and it had gotten pretty rusty. I made a video restoring this cargo barrier, link in the description if that interests you. There's two grommets on the ceiling above the second row seats, but this isn't where the straps were for my cargo barrier. So this must be factory points that Milford have decided not to use in their design. The only factory points to attach this strap to are the grab handles for the third row of seats. So you remove the cap and there's a high tensile screw that you take out and then you take off the handle. So the handle's been removed here and I've just used the same holes, the same screw and fixed it there. I was perplexed about this because it puts the cargo barrier on a pretty serious lean and you've got a good 120 mil between the passenger seat's headrest and the cargo barrier. So I guess this is how they've designed it, but I would have liked it to be more vertical so you maximise the space in the boot, because as it stands you lose a fair bit of boot space because of the cargo barrier. I'm going to see how this goes, but if I feel like I've lost too much boot space when I pack the car for the next camping trip, I may extend this with another spacer. I think it's 25 mil by 3 mil strap. You can just get it at Bunnings and just drill the holes and make an extension for this. Here's what I did on the bottom. This is a factory tie down point which I've removed, and I've used the same bolt hole and I've drilled an additional hole in the Milford strap and bolted it there. Alternatively, the other way you can do it is use this the child seat restraint bolt and use the hole that Milford's has given you. If you do that, you're losing another, I reckon, 50 to 60 mil in the boot, which will bring the whole cargo barrier forward again. So to maximise the floor space in the boot, I've opted to use this bolt hole and drill an additional hole in the strap. There's an argument to be had that if you did move the cargo barrier forward and use the child's seat restraint bolt, that you'd give more room on the seat side of the cargo barrier. So you could put vehicle spares, tools, maybe things you didn't use all the time that you were comfortable storing that side of the cargo barrier, and you're maximising the use of the space, because it's not really usable space if you've only got the space at the top. You could probably wedge some jumpers in there, do something like that, but really you want kind of like a rectangular large volume space if you're going to store anything forward of the cargo barrier. Right, so I worked something out. This weekend, as well as doing the cargo barrier, I took out the child seats to fit my Superfit canvas seat covers in the second row. And putting it all back together later this arvo, I realised that you've got to turn the headrest around in the second row so that some car seats sit nice and flush. Otherwise, if the car seat's too tall, it won't be seated correctly on the seat. So when you turn the headrest around 180 degrees, it fits perfectly with this much space against the cargo barrier. So I think this was part of the design, the ability to turn the headrest around and still have the cargo barrier in place. Hope that was useful. Good luck. Bye for now.